after maybe a month or so. We met in person in Chennai, and really happy to host you on my uh, a real entrepreneur show where I usually invite people who have some amazing stories to share. So thank you so much. And to start with, I want you to introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you joining from? And why you chose this topic to discuss today?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Ranjini, for inviting me on your show. And yes, it's a privilege to be here and very nice to see you after our in-person meeting in Chennai. A little bit about me. My name is Vedika Khatwani Chandka. I come from Mumbai, India. Presently, I am in UAE. I'm an ICF certified credentialed coach, a level 1 coach, level 2 trained, uh, emotional intelligence and Ikigai mentor, soft skills trainer. I specialize in self awareness, emotional intelligence, and personal growth. And why did I choose this topic? Is you see, we all deal with expectations, whether from society, family, or even ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while some expectations motivate us, others can feel overwhelming and even hold us back. So today we are going to explore how expectations shape our decisions and why so many of us actually seek this validation, that someone should say that you look good, or cook good food, or yes, you have done this well, etc., etc. And most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, how we can break free from this. And by the end of the show, I think we'll be announcing the upcoming free webinar on this topic under my brand Empower Yourself. So let's dive in. Over to you.
Thank you so much for choosing this topic, because I would be the best student here as I listen to you, because I have been I would say a big victim around this expectation, and the word that you chose was expectation detox, which which is a really cool one. And being in personal development for so many years, I can no, it's a level of self awareness that we have, that we can really talk about it and explore and work around it. So thank you. So to start with, I want to ask how these expectations, personal expectations, influence our daily decisions and actions, and you know tell us a little about, like, let people get to understand what are we talking about when it comes to expectations.
First of all, I would really like to tell you how this expectation detox thing came up.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody do something new, when the new year comes.
Yeah.
So when I was planning to do something for my audience, for my clients, and potential clients for 2025, I didn't want it to do something regular, like goal setting, make your goals for 2025, health, fitness, etc., etc. And this mindfulness and this kind of a technology detox thing is going on from long now, that we should detox not only in the food section but also in the technology section and all. So I thought, why not we do something detox in this mental and emotional area also. And what is the biggest thing here? So my personal experiences, of course, have been, and in last year there was a particular experience which
Mm-hmm.
let me down a lot. Like I practically cried. And then when I asked myself, I did some self coaching. I thought, oh, this was an expectation. That's why this happened. So, why not we do a detox from these unrealistic expectations and unmet expectations? So, to answer your questions, how does these expectations influence our daily decisions and actions? First of all, what is expectation? It is something that you want to happen as per your liking, right?
Yeah.
And these expectations shape our definition of living and eating and wearing and success maybe. So whether it's having a great career or a relationship or a perfect partner or a perfect life. Now I would say there are two type of expectations as I see. One is definitely the societal
Yeah.
expectations, the certain set standards in your society, you should have this kind of a degree, or you should be married by 25 or 30, you should have children by 30, things like that. You should have a car, you should have a bungalow, things like that. And the other one, which is more burdening, is your personal expectations. And they are often shaped by our upbringing, which
Yes.
even add more pressure. So
Mhm.
unmet and unrealistic expectations bring unrealistic pressure, and which leads to stress and burnout.
Yes. So, thank you for clarifying on the expectations for people who are just trying to learn from a brand new perspective. So it is there with us, and as I said earlier, I'm a big victim of this, and I've learned lesson the very hard way. So and since I'm a podcast consumer also, I listen to a lot of podcasts around self development, personal development, self awareness. So mm, uh, moving on, like I, because just don't want to dilute this. So I want, like when people seek for external validation, why people don't rely on their intrinsic motivation. So we understood the outside side of expectation. So, and we often fall prey to it, like we do it daily, and as you, we will be elaborating on the actions and stress and burnout you already started with, influence on our daily life. But why people are not relying on what can be some early signs of this really hitting you hard when it comes to dealing with the problems in life.
Yeah, that's actually a very valid and wonderful question here. uh, the way I see is, the problem is from the childhood, is in the upbringing. We are taught that approval is equal to success. If you bring good grades in school and college, that means you're intellectual, you're gonna land up a great career, a good career. Nowadays, it's the social media likes and followers.
Yes, yes.
These kind of things make you dependent on validation from others,
Hmm.
rather than trusting ourselves.
Hmm.
uh, you have to One has to see that what suits you, what does align with your value, what how is your pace, is it pressuring, is it comfortable to you, rather than going and comparing yourself and expecting you to be like someone who has done probably better than you. So, and
Hmm.
over time, this need of validation can become a habit,
Hmm.
making us overly dependent on others' opinions. And it is happening. You see, social
Yeah.
media has actually created this buzz. Instead of trusting ourselves, we constantly look for reassurance. Someone telling us that yes, you are good, you are good, and we burden ourselves with this, like, what will they think? The
Hmm.
people, the society, what will they say? Now, when I say that, that does not mean that you have to rebel against everything. We are human, right? We are social animals. We live in a society. We have to follow some rules. However, if you forget to distinguish the line between what will they think and what do I think,
Yeah.
then you are in problem. Then the spiraling starts. And some common signs I would say is when you hesitate to make decisions without checking with others.
Hmm.
That's not empowerment. And actually, the real definition of empowerment is like you have a good decision making.
Yeah.
A negative comment or a lack of response online or in personal that deeply affects your mood.
Hmm.
You feel accomplished only when others recognize your success. You
Yes.
say yes to things just to avoid disappointing people, even at your own expense. You play the conversations in your head, worrying about how how was I perceived, how did that people saw me, what was my impression. You downplay your achievements unless someone else praises you first. So these are all the early signs, and if anyone is following into that, probably you feel uncomfortable or guilty when doing something just for yourself,
Hmm.
taking time just for yourself. Your
Yeah.
confidence fluctuates every now and then. If this is any of this, something is happening to any of our audience here, you're spiraling into the expectation and you really need this detox.
Definitely, definitely. So people will be just scratching the surface as we are speaking, because I can clearly see myself in and out of these phases. I remember, like, to summarize what you said, like how it really impacts and, drives your life. Uh, uh, I encountered, like, or maybe I awakened myself to a better understanding of myself, how I can deal with my life, in one of the leadership programs I did 10 years back. And that's when that, I could put myself, like, I'm not given by the circumstances around me. I can be bigger, and I had that choice of being bigger, and, taking my life, into complete my hands and my control. So it's been 10 years from that. And as you said, it is the conditioning from our life, what we got, and it keeps coming back no matter how much you have trained yourself. It's a conscious way of differentiating and keeping it away, and going ahead with the conviction that you have. So beautifully said. So coming from my example, I want to hear from you about, either from your life or from your client story, like anything of this has happened which you would like to share with the audience today.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, multiple times I have had quite a few clients where we actually, like, boil down to that this is something in their head, this is something they are expecting, and they are not even communicating. So how would someone else know? But let me share my own story, because I know firsthand how easy it is to get caught in this external validations. So even though, to all the audience who is hearing, even though I'm a coach, I have like 300 hours of coaching, I have like 150 hours of training I have done, but still, I fall into this trap sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I transitioned into coaching, it took time to build my practice. And in the beginning, I would often feel discouraged because I wasn't getting enough clients. I was not at that level. My ACC was not finished. And so, or the engagement on the social media. And I questioned if I was on the right path. And there were moments when I thought about even giving up. But coaching helped me, shift my perspective through self reflection. I realized that just because success wasn't visible yet, it didn't mean that I wasn't growing. I was expecting, and I was comparing myself to other coaches who had started the journey probably 3 years before. I was expecting to do the same as they were doing. So this was my own expectation from myself, which was letting me down. So what I did was I shifted my perspective. I focused on what I was building instead of who was watching or what was the tangible results, at
Mm-hmm.
least for the start. I reminded myself that impact takes time, and I stayed committed to my journey. And every time any leader you listen to them, I think the core message will be: do not stop trying, do not stop learning, do not stop working on what you believe in. So today I have 300 hours plus hours of coaching, 50 plus hours of training and facilitation. I run a group coaching program, and I have even co-authored a book, and not to forget, taking care of home, family. It's a 24 by 7 job, keeping everything in place, ready, available, right?
Yeah.
More importantly, I feel fulfilled because I'm growing authentically, professionally and personally both. And I'm not chasing any numbers or likes or followers or the recognitions. This is the shift from looking outside for the proof for success to
Hmm.
trusting your own journey. That's what true self validation look like.
Yeah. Very beautifully said, Vedika, because one another thing I want to, tell the audience is, like, there is no quick fix or a magic pill for, solving these issues that you are, being conditioned for decades. That this conditioning of, of yourself, of, what you got from your upbringing, or people, the environment you were raised in. I think I started my journey when I was 35. The personal development journey, I was introduced by my manager. That time I used to think I'm a perfect human being. I don't need any training. being successful at that time, and then the roller coaster of entrepreneurial journey where you really see yourself as a entrepreneur, falling, failing, and really getting a handle. I'm just getting a handle of who truly I am, and to live a fulfilling life where feel complete, who you don't need other people to tell you that you look good or you're doing good. The definition of success is what I define for myself, and I'm living that path. And for this takes decades, because the condition is there, was with me for more than 3 decades. So it doesn't happen like I did one course and I magically changed.
No,
It
no,
will not
no. And these are very big words, and I actually, I avoid to mention the word help and the transformations in any of my post or any whenever I say something, because transformation doesn't help in 1 hour, or even if you come to my coaching or to anyone, you go to Tony Robbins, you go to anyone, the biggest coach in the world. If you go to them for 2 sessions, transformation is not going to happen. Transformation is a journey.
yes,
It may not even happen. It's the continuous journey of your life. So these are, you are very right when you said that quick fixes doesn't serve you actually.
true. So, as you talked about the coaches, like this is what I want to give. Like people feel they go to a coach, they buy a course, and suddenly, think you become a millionaire or whatever is the outcome. It doesn't happen. It's a journey where you have to really live that transformation and make it reality. So, making it real from here to real, it's a journey. So, what are your strategies? Like, what if you would like to share a few, like how you work with your clients when it comes to the topic that we are talking around, like what strategies you would suggest them?
Sure. So, see, as I said, many people, even I sometimes, uh, we don't even realize that we are living by society's expectation instead of, our own.
Hmm.
So, I run a group coaching program named Expectation Detox. Or even in the one-on-one coaching session where clients actually realize that this is the expectation trap. I use simple yet powerful strategies to help people break free from the societal pressures. And here are some, few simple ones. In our program, what we do is we start with the expectation audit. So we start by listing the expectations that is weighing you down, and then questioning, right, like, is this truly mine, or have I just absorbed it from the society, family, or my past experience? This helps separate real goals from the imposed one which you are imposing, you feel like you have to do. Reframe the language. We should work on, like, shifting from I should do it to I choose to do this. So for example, instead of saying I should be more successful by the age of 40, try saying that I choose to grow at my own pace. And so many times I actually find myself saying that, oh, I should finish cooking lunch by this time or dinner by this time because my husband will be back,
Hmm.
or probably, whatever. But that's not something, very very necessary. So these should be deleted from your dictionary. And of course, you break free from this trap. Practicing self permission instead of waiting for external approval, I encourage clients to give themselves permission to rest, to walk on their own pace, to make mistakes, to learn, to say uh, no. I mean, because so many times you burden yourself by saying yes to everything because someone else is expecting that from you. So often the only permission we need is our own.
Great. So, thank you so much for sharing this. Let's talk about the webinar that you're throwing, and what are the logistics, how people can apply. Because, I think people, if they are watching this, they are little, want to, or maybe on the edge to really know how, if you want to deepen this conversation and we can work with you. When is the webinar? Can you share a little bit about it, how they can apply?
Absolutely. So the webinar is in the coming week on 26th of March. It's 6:30 p.m. IST time, and it's a free webinar. It will be around anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes, depending upon how many people join, because it will be an interactive session. It will not be I presenting just the slides, but it will be like, people who are participating will be participating actually in that. We will talk about some strategies. We will talk how you can draw a line between your unrealistic expectation, how you can set boundaries.
Mhm.
And yes, after this, probably we'll share the registration form, whoever wants to register for this free webinar. And for all you guys, whoever is listening, we also have a gift for you, a free workbook on expectation detox. You can start your journey by going through that workbook. Ranjani will share that workbook in her post to all of you. You can download it.
Great. So looking forward to, like, we will, you can directly DM her. She's available on LinkedIn, and get the details of the session and the workbook. It will be available on the post, on the description, wherever you're watching this live, to download. So moving on, like, I want to know, like, if you want to give an advice to people, like, who wants to need help in, how they can deal with, the fear of disappointing others, and actionable steps of start living, expectation free. So
Okay.
what would
Well, first of all, being a coach, we are not actually allowed to give any advice. But yes, I will share my experience here. So, the fear of disappointing others often comes from a deep, need for approval, because you don't want to disappoint them, because you need their approval. You need them to like it. People pleasing kind of a thing. But the truth is, no matter what you do, you cannot control how others feel. Maybe today you are making them happy, but you cannot do it for the lifelong, right? You cannot control how they feel about you. What you can control is how you show up for yourself, how you behave, how you control your environment. So yes, one piece of advice or experience, if I may share, is start valuing your own approval as much as you value others'
Hmm.
opinions. The more you trust yourself, the less you will feel the need to prove something
Hmm.
to others. Because the more you trust yourself, your confidence level goes up. And when you are confident, the other person will definitely like you, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
some three simple steps, if I can give you to live, start living expectation free, is identify and question your expectations. Again, who has set this for me, who has set this expectation for you? Is it serving you? If it is not helping you grow, it's time to rethink it. Practice saying no without guilt, and this is mostly among the women. We cannot say no. When we say no, we have the guilt, backside of our mind subconsciously. So if you always say yes to avoid disappointing others, try this. Next time when you feel the pressure, pause and ask yourself, is this something I really wanted? If not, then try and say no in a very kind but firm way. These small but powerful shifts, can help you move from living for approval with confidence and authenticity. And really, if you want to know more about it, join our webinar. We will definitely be sharing so many things in that. We have a guest speaker also, who is a mindset and relationship coach. She'll be joining also to share her perspectives on this.
Wonderful. So beautiful. I was really getting into what you were trying to say, because um, I have been a people pleaser. Like, I being a good girl, the obedient girl syndrome. I've been there. I've fallen really flat on it. But over a period, I have developed this honoring myself, honoring who I am. And it's a journey. Get, at least start differentiating, get aware of it, and start recognizing. And for more insights, join her webinar, connect with Vedika, and learn the strategies what she teach to be completely in power of who your authentic self is, and the self expression you can own, what it looks like when you really honor that. So thank you so much. It was so beautiful. I know I could have had another 1 hour conversation on this because, especially being a woman, no, we come from this conditioning, and it's tough. It's hard initially to really break that image. Sometimes we feel that we are rude, but when you
Yeah, yeah, we actually do. And really, I would like to say this to every woman. Uh, we actually are very hard on ourselves, right? We have actually taken this basket of shoots. I don't think anyone had put on us. This is all we
Hmm.
have taken this extra responsibility. We have taken this all. Just remember, expectations don't define you. You have the power to redefine them. And um, I mean, choosing yourself for some time of the day at least, or for something, is really not rude, not rude. And thank you, Ranjani, for inviting me to this conversation, and to our audience. If you are ready to take a step further, again, join us in our free webinar or happening on March 26th. We will share the details with you. You can also reach out to my page on the LinkedIn, and in that webinar, we will go deeper into these strategies and help you take some steps towards this freedom and self trust. And don't forget to download your free workbook.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we leave, I just want to give everybody, like, if we are not, hanging on others' expectation versus self expectations, then I would like to give something I heard in a recent podcast is to get validated from the creator, the creator, the God you believe, and honor that authentic self you are, and do things and get that validation from him, and let him bless you with all the rewards for being that authentic self. So that's where you can channelize your expectations to the almighty. No?
That's very deep, Ranjani. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, we should reach out to actually, every part of our existence, and that spiritual thing is very, very important also.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
we human beings, no, we need something to hang on. So
Hang
if
on.
not
Yes.
for others, if not for me, then who? So it's the creator. So just honor
Because
that.
the creator doesn't ask anything back,
Yeah,
he or she, whoever is the creator, they don't expect anything from us. It's only we expect from the creator also. See how we humans are.
right. So with that thought, and it's a very, it's like just scratching the surface of the conversation. We'll go a deep dive in your webinar. Looking forward to more conversations like these. And thank you so much for tonight. Take care.
Thank you, Ranjani. I hope to see you also in the webinar.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Bye, bye.